All right, today I'm going to be teaching you mathematics. The topic here is binary number. I'm going to be teaching you how to convert binary number from one base to base 10. Like this is base x, unknown value. This is base 8. I want to introduce myself. My name is Master Simeon, a BSc holder in mathematics education. I want to make maths easy for you, and this is the first procedure. If you want to see my video, I have other videos I've already posted online. You can come to my channel. Okay, now let's go to question 1. How can we convert this base 8 to base 10? And how can we look for the value of x? It's very important. We don't know the base here, but we know this base. Assuming we have base 8 here, it would have been very easy for us to solve. But now that unknown base is here, let's start. We'll start by saying solution. Now, first of all, there's an equal to sign here. We need to convert this to base 10, and we convert this also to base 10. So let's start by converting this base 8 to base 10. Now, converting base 54, converting this 54 base 8 is same thing as you pick one of the digits, 5 times the 8 plus 4 times the 8, which is the base, and you start by the least power from your base. You start by saying 0, and here is 1. What do? We pick out this 54, we take digit by digit, multiplying it by the base, plus separating both of the digits. Now, okay, let's work it out. If we have this anything raised to the power of 1 is same that thing, and anything raised to the power of 0, according to laws of indices, it is 1. So we have 5 times 8 plus 4 times 1. How do we get this 1? 8 raised to the power of 0 is 1. So 5 times 8 will give us 40, plus 1 times 4 will give us 4. Adding it together, we have 44 base 10. We are able to convert it to base 10 right now. Watch. This is what our required, what we need to do first. So now we need to convert this other side of the equation to base 10 also. Use the same procedure. But in this case, we are multiplying it by x, not 8, x, because that is the base. Okay, so we bring down the value 134 base x. 134 base x is equal to take each of the digit, multiplying it by x. We have 1 times x plus 3 times x plus 4 times x. How do we do it? 1 times x plus 3 times x plus 4 times x. Now let's take it from the lowest power. Now this is 0. Everybody go with me. This is 0. This is 1. This is 2. From the powers, 0, 1, 2. Note, place your powers on top of the x, on top of the base. Okay, let's work it out. We have, now, in mathematics, anything that is being multiplied by 1 is same that thing. So if you have 1 times x raised to the power of 2, is same thing as just x raised to the power of 2. Plus, now 3 times x will give us 3x. Anything raised to the power of 1 is same that thing. So we have plus. Now this is 1. 1 times this will give us 4. Now if we check very well, in this case we have a quadratic equation, but the quadratic equation here now you cannot collect like terms because this is power 2, this is power 1, this is power 0. Now what do? We bring back the equation. The equation originally says this base x, which is 134 base x, is equal to 54 base 8. So we want to arrange it as it is, like bring this value, the final answer. The whole of this one now, we have already converted it to base 10. Yeah, we have converted this other one also to base 10. So since we have converted them to base 10, we can now collect what? Like terms and then solve together. Then what do? We bring the value, the answer we got for this one, which is this, out, which this implies that x raised to the power of 2 plus 3x plus 4 is equal to, where is this equal to coming from? The equal to is coming from the original equation. Now what is 54 base 8? 54 base 8 is what? 44. Since both of them are in base 10, let's just keep it this way. Now we collect like terms. Collect like terms. Collect like terms. Now let's collect like terms. Okay, so now we have x raised to the power of 2 plus 3x plus 4 minus 44 equals 0. Where is the minus 44 coming from? We transfer this to this other side of the equation and we have minus 44. So now let's subtract it. We have x raised to the power of 3 plus 3x plus minus what? Minus 40. You take away 4 from that 44, you have minus what? 40. So now we are going to solve this according to the principle of quadratic. Either we use factorization method, or we use graphical method, or we use completing the square method, or we use formula method. But in this case, let's observe if we can use factorization method. Now before I do anything, let's bring out this. There is 1 here. This is a pattern for factorization method. There's 1 here. Use this one to multiply 40. You have 40. Forget about the sign. 1 times 40 is 40. Forget about the sign. Now look for 2 numbers that are factors of 40. Factors of 40, when they multiply each other, they'll give you 40, but when they add or subtract, it will give you plus 3. Now let's take a look at 5 times 8. 5 times 8 will give us what? Will give us 40. Now, but the sign here is plus 3. So what do we do? If we should introduce minus here and introduce plus here, you know it will give us plus 3 because you are taking away 5 from this 8. So we automatically change these factors. We replace this plus 3x to the 2 factors given to us. That means our new equation will automatically become x raised to the power of 2. We have minus 5x plus 8x minus 40 equal 0. You see, at this junction now, I'm able to replace this plus 3x to what? To the 2 factors that gives us 40, and but when we add or subtract, it gives us what? The middle number. So now we solve by grouping. We say solve by grouping. Solve by grouping. That is, this implies x raised to the power of 2 minus 5x by grouping. Bring the sign. 8x minus 40 by grouping is equal to what? 0. So by the time we group this, the reason why we want to group this is we want to pick out the factors of each of these brackets. So what do we do? What is the factor here? That is, what is common between this x squared and minus 5x? You observe that there is x here and there is x here, but you go with the least power of x. The least power of x is just 1. So we have what? We have x bracket open. Now when you take out the common factor here, you use the common factor to divide each of these values here because it is a common term. So if you divide according to the laws of indices, if x raised to the power of 2 being divided by x, you will have just 1x minus the sign minus. Now 5x, just imagine you take away x from 5x. What do you finally have? You have 5 as your answer. Now bring down your plus. What is common between 8x minus 40? 8x minus 40, you observe that 8 is common. 8 is here and 8 can easily divide 40. So we have plus 8. Now take away, now use this 8 to divide each of this value. If you take away 8 from this place, you have what? You have x. Now this minus sign, you remember this is plus. If this plus divide this minus 40, you end up having minus what? 5. And in factorization method, it is very compulsory and very important that these two sides of the bracket must be the same, must be equal, both the signs and what is inside. So we have automatically break the rule and gotten the fact that the two sides are equal. So it's equal to what? 0. At this point, since these two sides are equal, we pick just one by saying x minus 5 is equal to this 0. This implies that x is equal to what? 5. How do we get x equals to 5? What is the miracle? What is the magic here? There's no magic here. What we just did was we take this minus sign to this other side of the 0. And by the time this minus is crossing, that is, this minus 5 is crossing to this side, it becomes positive. That is the rule of equal to. It becomes positive because the sign now transfer from this other side to this other side, making x subject of the formula, and x now is what? Equals to positive 5. Now, we are done with the inside. Now, what is outside? You take away this minus 5 away. What will be left? We have x plus 8 equals to 0. This implies that x is equal to minus 8. X is equal to minus 8. The same procedure we did here, we did to this part. But you observe something. Here is plus, here is minus. How? This plus 8 transfer to this other side of the equation. It gives us what? Minus 8. And this topic here, from binary number, we're able to convert to base 10. From base 10, we can't get x. We now use what? Factorization method, because it now leads us to quadratic equation. And from this quadratic equation, we use factorization method, and we got our answer as what? X equals to 5 and x equals to minus 5. So at this point, we have gotten the value. What they ask us to find is, given that this, find the value of x. They want us to find the value of x. So in our present condition now, x is either 5 or x is either minus 8. And at this junction, our base automatically, if we are taking from these two, if you want to take the actual value, there is what? Is plus 5. Plus 5, because this negative is contradicting this other base 8. So this is how we get our answer. So in case anything is difficult, you can drop your comment below on my YouTube channel, and I will tackle it. And in case you have any other question, you can ask. Thank you very much. You can share my video. Thank you very much.